to Power Up with NSA North Texas, a show about finding, hearing, and maximizing valuable insights from some of the world's leading business and lifestyle speakers. Each week, international keynote speaker and National Speakers Association North Texas chapter president Betti Coffey sits down with some of the most exciting speakers this side of the globe to hear from these subject matter experts what's making a difference in business today and learn all there is to know about people, profits, and productivity in business from some of the world's best motivators. This is Power Up with NSA North Texas. And now, here's your host, Betti Coffey.
Hi, I'm Betti Coffey, president of NSA North Texas, and I want to welcome you to our NSA North Texas show. The NSA National Speakers Association is the premier organization for professional speakers. And here in Dallas, we have one of the strongest, largest chapters in the entire United States. Our members reach audiences as thought leaders, authors, consultants, coaches, trainers, educators, humorists, and motivators. And we do it every day. This show is going to give you cutting-edge ideas about what our speakers talk about with their audiences, whether it be small organizations, big organizations, it doesn't matter. This is what's important to our meetings and events. And you're going to hear from some of our own NSA North Texas subject matter experts. So let's get going. I am so excited to invite Stu Schlackman to the show today, relationship selling expert on our show. Now, let me just give you a little bit of an idea about Stu's bio. Stu delivers what businesses want, bottom line, results. Using over 35 years of experience in sales and sales management, Stu has developed skills programs that deliver sales success. He is the author of Don't Just Stand There, Sell Something, 4 People You Should Know, and the 180 Rule for the Art of Connecting. He is active in the Richardson Chamber of Commerce, is a past president of our NSA North Texas chapter, he's also a certified speaking professional, which is a little hard to get, and he is a member of our National Speakers Association and served on the Chapter Leadership Council. That's pretty darn good, Stu. Welcome.
Thanks, Betti. Glad to be here.
I'm so excited to have you. So let's just start right on in. You talk about building long-term relationships with clients.
Yep.
That's not always easy to do. How do you do that? What's your secret?
Well, I believe you have to do it with emotional intelligence, and part of emotional intelligence is understanding the other person and their personality style, and give them what their style needs, not what you need. So it's a difference.
It's not always about me. It's about who I'm talking to, right?
That's exactly it.
Okay, so you come from a sales background.
Yes.
Now, that's a sales background. Now, how did you get into personality styles?
Well, it was an accident. Believe it or not, this was about 15 years ago. I was sitting down with a good friend of mine, Tom, and Tom put together 4 postcards, and he put them down on the table, and he said, tell me which one you would gravitate to. So I picked the one, and it had a swimmer on it. It had games, sports. It was lively and energetic. Then he said, turn it over. I turned it over, and the writing was in orange, and it described me to a T.
Really?
And it just blew me away. And I said, I could use this. I could use this as the foundation of my sales programs by understanding personality styles, because in sales, you have to understand where the other person's coming from. So I develop programs around that.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
How is your assessment? Because I've heard of Myers-Briggs and I've heard of the DISC.
Yep.
How is your program different?
Well, it's extremely simple. If you look at Myers-Briggs, there are 16 different combinations of personality. You could be an ENTJ, an INFP. So how do you sell to an INFP? That's a introverted, intuitive, feeling perceiver. I have no clue. And in DISC, you're either a D, an I, or S, or a C. How do you sell to a C? Someone who's compliant. Well, it's kind of tough, but in my model, you're either orange, green, gold, or blue.
Just 4.
Just
4
4.
colors.
Just 4. And it's a quick 10-question assessment. And I put together my own assessment back several years ago based on the business world and based on sales, because it's easy to remember a face with a name and a color, and it's easy to remember the characteristics of a color. So that's what I developed.
That's fascinating. Okay, so how do you use this? Let's go to the selling world. How does it work in the selling world?
Well, in the selling world, what you need to understand is that people buy on several characteristics that are important to them. What is their motivation? How do they make decisions? How do they prefer to communicate? And what do they value? And those four elements are different for all four personalities. And that's what we go through. Understanding how a gold will buy versus a blue, very different.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so now you got me excited and I want to know more. So tell me about what are the four styles, what are the four colors,
Yep.
and how would I very quickly identify them?
Very good. So let's start with the blue. The blue is the relationship person. Blues are the best at selling when they're selling themselves. They buy on trust and honesty and integrity. They are a team player, like I mentioned. They are collaborative. They usually buy through consensus. Family and loved ones is extremely important. And they'll take their time making a decision on buying. They are risk averse. Blues do not like conflict. The relationship is the most important thing, and they're the most creative out of all the personality styles.
Fascinating.
Very creative. Typically, you'll find them in the marketing world, in advertising. You'll find them in video or arts. School teachers in the elementary schools are typically blue.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the blue. Now what's next?
Okay, let's go to gold.
Okay.
First of all, blue is a right brain person. Gold is a left brain. Golds are extremely organized, process, planning. They would buy a consumer report. They buy through comparison. They're more serious. They're more disciplined. They're more traditional in their nature. And they will make a decision in a certain time frame. So they're very thorough at what they do, but they're also more serious. So like a good example is my brother Jay was a gold personality, passed away from leukemia 20 years ago. And Jay would get up on Saturday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, run into the kitchen, put together his to-do list for the day and his schedule. It's like, are you
Right
nuts?
off the bat,
Yeah.
the calendar.
And I'm an orange personality. 15 and a half years old, I'd get up about 11:30, have a bowl of cornflakes, try not to get arrested by 3. So the gold is very different. The next one is a green.
Okay.
Green is also a left brain person. They are your IT people, scientists, doctors. They are highly analytical, they're logical, they're detailed, they're skeptical, they ask a lot of tough questions. They might put a salesperson on the defense. You have to realize you're dealing with a green and give them what they want. So they're your engineers.
Gotcha.
And
you got to
then-
do your homework for them, right?
Exactly. You better know their website. A green personality will go into a store to buy something, but they've also researched it so much that they know more than the salesperson. So that's you got to be ready for the green.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. And your last one. I think is. I want to know more about that.
Oh yeah, it's orange. You're orange. I'm orange. Okay, orange likes to be the center of attention. They're lively. You know, it's like when I'm done talking about me, I'll let you talk about me. They are big picture. They're not detailed. They're highly energetic. They're optimistic. They're competitive. They love to win. Life is a game. So when you're selling to an orange, you got to move fast and give them the immediate benefits.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, because the death by PowerPoint does not work for the orange personality.
I understand.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. So I'm in sales and I'm walking into a big corporation and I need to find out very, very quickly. I've never met this person before. I need to find out quickly what makes them tick and how to approach them.
Right.
How would I do that when I first meet them?
I think one of the best questions you could ask in any industry is this. Let's say you're selling networking software.
Mm-hmm.
So you would say to them, when it comes to networking software, what's most important to you? Their answer will tell you what they need. You could relate your benefits of your products and services, but it'll also give you a hint to their personality style. Because if they say what's most important to me is phenomenal service, a person I can rely on, and that you're there for me every time. That's a blue. I need the best technology, I need precision, and no downtime. That could be a green. I want a company that is there for me for the long haul, that's financially sound. That's a gold. And orange is, I want it immediate, I want it now, I want great service. That's an orange. So when you ask that question, what's most important to you, that'll give you a hint of their personality style. Also, do they want to start with small talk? That's orange or blue. Or are they more serious? Green or gold. Do they want an agenda? That's a gold. Getting right down to business. So there are hints as to, also, would they prefer to do the talking? That's orange and gold. Or do they prefer to ask a lot of questions? Blue and green. Blues will ask questions about you, the person. They want to be a little sociable. Greens will get right into questions about the solution, the facts, the details, the statistics. Oranges talk with stories and analogies, and oranges have a lot of body movement.
All right.
Yeah.
So you could once you know the colors, you could really identify what's going on very, very quickly.
And give them what they need.
Yes.
That's the most important thing.
Always.
Yeah.
It's so important getting out of your own skin. It's less about me and more about you.
Exactly.
And I remember when you were president of our NSA chapter, his theme when he was president was, it's all about you.
That's right.
So that is so much Stu. That's
right.
true. Okay, so I've got a question.
Yeah.
They say that our IQ really doesn't change, but our emotional intelligence can change as we grow and if we work at it.
Yep.
Does personality change? Do your colors change in your life?
First of all, great question. I believe this. By the way, your IQ is developed by age 15. You don't get any smarter after that. No, we gain skills, knowledges, and experience. I believe that understanding personality styles will improve your emotional intelligence, because now you have the ability to be flexible to the other personality style and connect. But personality style, you are born in orange, you're going to leave in orange. But through life's experiences, we temper parts of our personality. Oranges are impatient. Unfortunately, I'm still impatient. But over the years, let's say I got out of school. I had a degree in mechanical engineering. That was a mistake. So I had some details in me, but I'm really a big picture. But when I got into sales, I changed a little. When we get married, we change a little. You have kids, you change a little. In fact, it's a known fact that as we get older, into our 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, we become resistant of change. We like things the same. And that's just what happens over our life. But when you change careers, you have to modify elements of your personality. I like to be the center of attention. I can't wait to hear what I'm going to say next. That's just the way I am. But when I'm with someone not like me, I know to temper myself and make them the center of attention. That's what we need to do.
Makes total sense. Now, here's another question. Because our workplaces are so unique and we have so many different people from different parts of the world in our workplace, do the colors, do the personalities differ when you're looking at around the world, different heritages, different patterns? Yes.
So the personality, the statistics vary a little, but this is pretty accurate. 40% of the world is gold. 33% is orange, 15% blue, 12% green. But it's our perception of how we view other people that makes us think of when we try to figure out their personality, we might get it wrong because people in Asia just come across more serious or more green or more low-key. That's their culture. In the UK, they're very formal, proper, traditional. You would think they're more gold. In Germany, they live by the clock. You would think they're gold. Latin America, you would think they're all orange and blue. Italy, blue. France, either green or blue because they love to cook, but they love to argue, and so or debate. And so even though the cultures are different, the personalities are the same. It might be more difficult to identify someone from Singapore, where I've been, just because of their culture. So that's something to take into account. But pretty much, they're the same as we are. We just need to understand their culture better.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm sitting here. You told me I'm an orange. I got to ask you.
Yeah.
Is one color better than another?
I ask this in my seminars. Which color makes the best salesperson? And immediately the orange scream out, the oranges do. No, they don't. They all do for different reasons. See, it's not what you do, but why you do it. A blue will be in sales because they love to build long-lasting relationships. They sell themselves. Golds are very good at selling the company they work for. Longevity, the finances, the stability. Greens are the best problem solvers. They're the best at selling the right technology. They ask the best questions. Oranges are the best at beating the competition because they're so competitive, energetic, optimistic, and they will be there for the client. They'll be on top of things.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Now, so not only your clients and who you're working with and who you're selling to, but internally. I would think this is really important to know when you're putting a team together, especially some type of strategic action that needs to take place, because you don't want a bunch of oranges in the same room.
Oh, no.
They'd all drive each other nuts. But you've got to have the variation of the colors in there, right?
The best thing to do is have a balanced team. And we did that with one insurance agency where we had all 4 colors, and they would pair up teams of 2 different colors to assess a client and put together the right strategy based on 2 different views with those 2 personality styles. Because if you had a team of all oranges, forget it. It's like herding cats. Mm-hmm. If you had a team of all blues, they would be doing group hugs every 5 minutes.
Right.
Golds would be fighting for control, and greens would be debating over which direction to take. So you need 4 different perspectives that will give you probably the most innovation and creativity.
Amazing. I know you already have this, and I just want our listeners to know. Stu has a couple books, but he also has, like, if you're trying to remember now, what am I, and what's my significant others, or what's my team's colors, you have a template with the colors, kind of like a cheat sheet, right?
Skill card.
Skill card.
Yeah,
Love that.
4x6 skill card.
Wonderful.
And it talks about every possible combination of personality, 16 of them. How would you communicate if you're a green talking to a blue, or a blue talking to a gold? And it tells you what to focus on. Mm-hmm. The card also talks about the 7 words that describe how each of the colors communicate.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That's what we want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to talk to Stu and get his card for sure. So we've talked about how you would identify them. We've talked about the colors and really understanding those. Have we covered enough about what the colors, what's valuable to them? What would be their hot buttons?
Yeah.
What would, like, very quickly, an orange,
Yeah.
you and me, what would be the hot button? What would be a value to us that you could leave?
Well, so when you ask the question, what's most important to you, as an orange,
What would I value as an orange?
I want great service. I want something that's easy to use. I like simple. I like something that's going to last, whatever it is that I'm buying. I want it quick and easy. I want the big picture. I value something that is going to be, it's going to make my life easy.
Okay, so that's an orange.
Yeah. And
Okay.
for a blue,
Yes.
it's quality. Quality, a trusting relationship, and also great service. Because right brain people, blue and orange, are into service. They like the relationship, where greens value the state-of-the-art technology, because greens are the innovators. So they value innovation. And that they will value if you let them know where the company is headed in the next 5 to 10 years, because they're futuristic.
They're going to have that comfort level.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Golds focus on the return on the investment, the company they're working with. Are you going to be around in 20 years?
Bottom line.
So they value longevity and stability and security. Blues value safety. Oranges value winning, excitement, looking good. You know, if I buy something and have a great experience, I'll probably be the best referral in the world because I'll tell you about it because I want you to be so happy with me for recommending something. I like to look good. Actually, it's human nature. We all like to look good, but oranges like to look good more than anybody else.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ask Stu how many times I had to change my headphones today. There you go. It's so true. This has been absolutely fascinating. And this works for any sales team, any organization of any size, large, small, doesn't matter, large businesses, corporations, whatever. Wow. This skill will give people and companies and organizations and teams a tremendous edge. I just gets me excited. Yeah. Except, you know, Myers-Briggs and DISC have always been like, oh, okay, I got so much to do. I got to remember all this. Yeah. Your colors make it simple.
Yeah, it's simple.
And it works.
Yeah.
But it makes it simple. I love that.
Yeah, it does work.
So, Stu, we're getting down to our time here, but if we want to leave our listeners with one thing to remember from today's show, one thing that you want them to walk away as a mantra and be almost saying all the time, this is what I want to remember, what would it be? Okay,
so remember this. Here's the problem with salespeople. It's not how you sell, it's how your customer buys. The most important thing you could ask yourself when you go into a meeting with a prospect or somebody you don't know is ask yourself immediately this question: who am I with?
Who am I with?
Who am I with? Because, like when I was president, it's all about you, not me. See, when we ask the question, who am I with, it immediately takes the focus off of me and my message, and now I'm attentive to who that other person is. What do they want? How do they prefer to communicate? How will they make a decision? What do they value? And what will motivate them to buy? So if I ask that question, who am I with, I am immediately thinking, okay, are they gold, green, blue, or orange? And I'm going to be listening to the words they use to figure out, okay, I think I'm with a green. They're serious, they're poker-faced, which greens typically are. You don't know where they're coming from. They're asking detailed questions, and they're using words like precise, you know, precision, exact, process. So I'm going to be listening more attentively to who they are. And when I do that, they're going to see that I'm more attentive to them, and now I could connect, because it's all about connection.
And that's the secret. Yeah. It's all about building the relationship.
Yep.
It's all about connecting.
Yep.
And then wonderful things happen from there.
That's right.
You're so awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. I really, truly appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Now, if people want to find out more about Stu and contact you, how can they do that? And before I let him talk, it's Stu, S-T-U, Schlackman, S-C-H-L-A-C-K-M-A-N. All right. So how can they contact you?
Well, the best way is to go to my website, StuSchlackman.com. And on the website, it's my telephone number. You could email me. You could see on the website, there's a whole page of videos, short 90-second videos about all aspects of sales. Another page that has 200 articles on elements of selling. So my books are there. But that's the best way to contact me.
And the cold color things there, so I could use my cheat sheet or my guide.
That's an important thing. You could take the personality assessment on the website.
Oh,
and then it'll email me your results. You'll see them, and you need to print them out. And then I could get it back to you. But it'll tell you your personality and the description of your personality. So that's best
You're going to want to do that. You're definitely going to want to do that. So Stu, S-T-U, Schlackman, S-C-H-L-A-C-K-M-A-N, right?
Yep.
.com.
Yep.
All right, got it. And also, I don't want to forget the fact that you have also a book out on this, which is 4 People You Should Know.
Yes.
And people can find that how?
On my website, and it's also on Amazon.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for being our guest today.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And thank you for being with us. NSA North Texas. Our theme this year is all about powering up, becoming better, faster, and stronger. Thank you. Thank you so much for powering up with us today. Take care. Thanks, Stu. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
listening to Power Up with NSA North Texas. To find out more about today's guest or NSA North Texas, visit www.speaker.org. To find out more about Power Up, visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/groups/NSA North Texas. And to find out more about Betti, visit www.betticoffeepresents.com.